Mind-body dualism. Are the mind and body separate entities or one and the same? Welcome to the Philosophy Channel, where we explore the deepest questions of human existence. Today's inquiry: what is the relationship between the mind and the body? Are they separate and distinct, or two sides of the same coin? This is the heart of one of philosophy's most enduring debates: mind-body dualism. Let's explore this concept, its history, its critics, and what modern science has to say about it. 1. What is mind-body dualism? Mind-body dualism is the idea that the mind and body are fundamentally different substances. The mind is immaterial, including the realm of thoughts, consciousness, and intentions. The body is material, including the realm of matter, biology, and physical processes. This distinction was most famously championed by René Descartes, a 17th century French philosopher. In his famous phrase, cogito, ergo sum, or I think, therefore I am, Descartes argued that the very act of thinking proves the existence of the mind as a separate entity from the body. This view is called substance dualism. 2. The problem of interaction. If the mind is immaterial and the body is material, how do they interact? This is known as the problem of interaction. Descartes believed that the mind and body meet at the pineal gland, but that idea has long been discredited. Modern critics ask two questions. How can something that doesn't occupy space influence something that does? Can we really explain emotion, decision-making, or memory without involving the brain? This question sits at the heart of both philosophical inquiry and neuroscientific investigation. 3. Monism, an alternative view. Opposing dualism is monism, that is, the belief that mind and body are not two, but one. There are two major types of monism: materialism or physicalism. The mind is nothing more than brain activity. Thoughts, feelings, and consciousness all arise from neurons firing in specific patterns. This is the dominant view in neuroscience and modern philosophy of mind. Idealism. The reverse view says everything, including the body, is fundamentally mental or spiritual. While fewer philosophers endorse idealism today, monism in general challenges dualism's sharp division between mind and body. 4. Eastern philosophy and non-dual thought. Interestingly, many Eastern philosophies reject the mind-body split entirely. In Buddhism, the self is seen as an illusion, a collection of mental and physical processes without a fixed center. In Advaita Vedanta, the ultimate reality is non-dual, meaning there is no separation between subject and object, self and body. These traditions often view mind and body as deeply intertwined, not opposing forces. 5. Contemporary science and consciousness. What does modern science say? Neuroscience shows that brain injuries can affect personality, memory, and decision-making. Cognitive science suggests that thoughts emerge from neural networks. However, artificial intelligence pushes the question further. If machines can mimic thinking, does the mind require a body? Still, the hard problem of consciousness, or how subjective experience arises from physical processes, remains unsolved. Some philosophers and scientists propose panpsychism, the view that consciousness is a fundamental property of matter. Others propose emergentism, that the mind emerges from complex brain processes, like wetness emerges from water molecules. 6. Why this debate matters. Why does this matter? Because how we view the mind and body affects everything. For mental health, if the mind is just brain chemistry, Do we treat depression only with medication? For free will, if thoughts are physical, is freedom an illusion? For ethics, if personhood is tied to consciousness, how do we treat AI, animals, or patients in comas? For spirituality, do we survive death if the mind is non-material? These are not just academic questions. They are at the core of how we live, treat one another, and understand ourselves. So, are the mind and body separate entities, or are they one and the same? Philosophers and scientists continue to debate, and perhaps the truth lies somewhere in between, a complexity we have yet to fully grasp. What do you think? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this exploration, give us a like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more deep dives into philosophy, science, and the human condition. Until next time, keep questioning.